Very good morning, my dear students, and welcome to Digital World of Patania Public School. But in previous lecture, we learned so many internet terms, and we learn also protocol. And in protocol, we learn TCP/IP protocol, packet switching, and then we learn about the uh, HTTP and HTTPS protocol. Now today in this video we are starting to learn about the remote login. Remote login. So remote, you can say remote access or you can say remote login, both are the same thing, is the ability to access a computer or a network remotely means your broader area through a network connection. Through a network connection means for accessing a computer or a network remotely through a network connection is your remote login or your remote access. Remote access enables user to access the system they need if when they are not physically able to connect directly. For example, we are sitting in Rohtak and your system will be in Delhi. So we are not physically present on the Delhi, but we work or we access the Delhi system. So this is your remote login, and we do these things with some protocols, or we do this one software name is the TeamViewer. Like this, when you use the system from the another place, then this is your remote login or remote access. People at branch offices, telecomputers, and people who are traveling may need access to their companies networks. So remote access enables remote users to access the files and other system resources on any devices or server that are connected to the network at any time. So remote access is known as remote login. A remote login allows a user to terminal to connect to a host computer via network or direct telecommunication link and to interact with the host computer as if the user terminal is directly connected to the host computer. The main use of remote login is to enable access to files stored on a remote server, and this is done by employing any of several file transfer protocols. So here remote login do with the help of file transfer protocol, very important protocol. File transfer protocol, you can say FTP protocol. The various protocol that allow sharing the and transfer of file over a network are called file transfer protocol. When you share or transfer your file from one network to another network, then you use the FTP protocol. Some common protocol involved in remote access. Some, everyone underline this point, some common protocol involved in remote access to files on a server are described below. First is your SSH. SSH. Very important, the full form of SSH, secure cell, or you can say secure socket cell. Secure cell or secure socket cell. The secure cell protocol allows referred to as secure socket cell is a method for secure remote login. When you access your computer through network, then you need the security, and that security will be provided by you to secure cell or secure socket cell from one computer to another computer. It provides several alternative options for storing authentication, and it protect the communication security and integrity with strong encryption. So this ssh this SSH combine or integrate the strong encryption, and encryption means your data will be sent in the security of the form, like your data not directly sent to the one computer to another computer, not directly sent to the one network to another network. It convert in for example, when you write down the password 1234, it convert in star star star. So your data will be confidentially convert in another type, and then your data will be transferred, and then your file will be transferred from one network to another network. So it is a secure alternative to the non-protected login protocol and insecure file transfer method. SSH provides strong authentication and encrypted data communication between two computer connection over an open network such as the internet. Internet is your public network, internet is your open network, and where your data always communicate with the internet. So SSH provides strong authentication and encrypted data communication. So it is widely used by network administrator for the managing system and applications remotely, allowing them to log into another computer over a network, execute command, and move file from one computer to another computer. So how it works? So it work on SSH client is there, and here is your SSH server is there. So SSH number one, a client initiate the connection by the contacting server. So first client contact to the server, and then server send server public key. So server send the public key to the SSH client, and after that negative parameters and open secure channel provided by the client and the server between the both of them. And after that again client user login to server host operating system. So that way your SSH will be work. After that your next protocol is your FTP protocol. Very important protocol beta. FTP protocol is a protocol designed for sharing file between computer over a network. FTP is a protocol designed for sharing files between computer over a network. It is a standard internet protocol. It is a standard internet protocol for transmitting file between computer on the internet. FTP is a client server protocol that relies on two communication channel between the client and the server, a command channel for controlling the conversation, and a data channel for transmitting file content. Using FTP, a client can upload a client only FTP. Using FTP, a client can upload, download, delete, rename, move, copy file from a server. And later we discuss these FTP server also. A user typically need to log in to the FTP server. So always a user need to log in to the FTP server, but somehow we log in with the guest login guest user as, and sometimes we use the registered user also. So although some servers make some of or all of their content available without login, also known as anonymous FTP. So now first we discussing about here what do you mean by the anonymous FTP server. Two types of servers are there. One is your anonymous FTP server and another is your non-anonymous FTP server. So what are these and what is the difference between the anonymous FTP server and non-anonymous FTP server? We learned here first, then we move on the next topic. So here you see your anonymous and non-anonymous FTP server. Two types of server are there when you transfer your file from the one computer to another computer, or when you transfer your file from one network to another network. So anonymous FTP server allows the user, anonymous FTP server allows the user to download the file on the client, allow the user to download the file on the client machine without creating any account on it. So you can say you can log in with as a guest teacher. Anonymous FTP, on anonymous FTP server you can log in as a guest teacher and you can download your file, and but anonymous FTP server not allowed to upload, modify or delete the content on it. You anonymous FTP server provide the login As a guest user, you can log in it, you can download any file from here, but you don't modify or delete any content from the here. But another way, and a and non-anonymous FTP server, and this non-anonymous FTP server does not allow the guest user to download its resources. So you need to register first on these types of sites, and after that you can only download the any information or any file from the non-anonymous FTP server. So only registered user can access this server, and with the appropriate permission, only the with appropriate permission, a client system can also delete or upload files to on it if permitted by the server. So what is the main difference between the anonymous and non-anonymous? Anonymous work as a guest user, and non-anonymous always used by the registered user. Anonymous FTP server don't allow to upload or modify or delete the content, but the non-anonymous FTP server allowed you to delete, upload the files, but with the permission of the server. Okay, so this is your non-anonymous and anonymous FTP server. One more difference we learn here: HTTP and FTP. Listen, FTP also used for the transferring the information, your audio file, your video file. You use the HTTP, and FTP also used to transfer the files. So what is the difference between the HTTP and FTP? So basic difference is HTTP is used to access the website. HTTP is used to access the website, and FTP transfer file from one to host one host to another host only. And the connection, when we are talking about the connection of HTTP and the FTP, HTTP established data connection only, but data FTP established two connection, one for data and one for the control connection. So HTTP only provide the data connection, but FTP established two connection, one for the data and one for the control connection. And your TCP ports, if we are talking about the ports, then HTTP uses TCP's port number 80, but FTP and TCP port number 20 and 21 will be used. So URL, if we are talking about the URL, if you are using HTTP or small HTTP will appear in URL. Same like if you are using FTP, so it use the capital FTP or small FTP will appear. So no more changes here. HTTP efficiency. HTTP is efficient in transfer smaller files like web pages. So this is the main difference between the HTTP and the FTP. HTTP only efficient to transfer small file like your web pages, but FTP is efficient to in transferring large file. FTP is efficient transfer large file. And if we are talking about the authentication, HTTP does not require authentication, but FTP required a password, so it required authentication. Data, the content transferred to a device using HTTP is not saved to the memory of that device, but the file transfer FTP to the host device using HTTP is saved in the memory of that host device. So memory of that host device. So this is the main difference between the HTTP and FTP, and anonymous FTP server and the non-anonymous FTP server. Now we are talking about the next type of protocol, a little bit similar to the FTP. So only one word add here, SFTP. S, only the S word is added here, SFTP. So secure, everyone underline the full form of this SFTP. S stand for secure. So secure the file transfer protocol is a secure version of file transfer protocol which facilitate data access and data transfer over a secure cell. And secure cell referred to as a SSH is a method to secure remote login from one computer to another computer. This term is also known as SSH. file transfer protocol. SSH file transfer protocol. Both the command and data are encrypted. Encrypted is used for the security in order to prevent password and other sensitive information from being transferred over the network. It required that the client user must be authenticated by the server. It allows a wide range of operations to be performed on remote files, such as rejumping from halted transfer directory, listing and remote file removal. And here is the FTP, SFTP, Secure File Transfer Protocol. So your computer, here is your computer, here is your plain text, then your plain text will be gone to the encrypted, your plain text will be encrypted, so your data will be secure, so your secure text, and after that it moved here on the internet, and then again your secure text, and then your data will be decrypted, and then again plain text, and then website server. When you write anything, your data will be changed in a secure form, in encrypted form, and if you require again, then again your data will be decrypted. For example, you write down 123, and so your password will be changed in star star star. This is your encrypted. But again, when your work is completed and you want to show your password, then again it change in 1234. So this is your decryption. So this is the encryption and decryption. Both are the very important term here. So SFTP is encrypted. So what is the difference between the FTP and SFTP? So one is the term is FTP and another term is your SFTP. So what is the main difference between the FTP, file transfer protocol, and second term is SFTP, secure file transfer protocol. So learn here a basic difference. What is the basic difference here? FTP do not provide a secure channel to transfer files between hosts. FTP server, FTP, you can say transfer your file from one computer to another computer, but it not provide you security. But SFTP provide a secure channel for transferring the files between the host. Full form, file transfer protocol and secure file transfer protocol. And who is the protocol and protocol? FTP is a TCP IP protocol. So FTP is the part of the TCP IP protocol. But SFTP protocol is a part of SSH protocol. Secure Cell Protocol, you can say here. So protocol, and you can say Secure Socket Cell Protocol, a remote login application program. So it is a part of remote login program, and it is a part of TCP IP protocol, and TCP IP protocol is your internet protocol. And when we are talking about the connection, FTP establishes control connection on TCP port 21, but SFTP transfer the file under the connection established by SSH protocol between client and the server. And another is encryption. FTP password and data is sent in a plain text format. SFTP encrypt the data before sending. So confidential your data will be transferred with the help of SFTP protocol. So your next protocol is now secure copy protocol. Secure copy protocol. The name is SCP. SCP. So secure copy protocol help in transferring computer files securely from local host to a remote host, means client to the server. It work on the secure cell. It is also work on the SSH, and SFTP also work on the SSH, but FTP work on the TCP/IP protocol. So SSH protocol technique and SSH your secure cell secure protocol. The term secure copy refer to either secure copy protocol or SCP program. You can say protocol, or you can say also your program. The SCP support encryption, very important part in your secure. Where your word secure is added, encryption will be added with that. And authentication features. It maintains the confidentiality of the data being transferred and protect the authenticity by blocking packets sniffer from extracting valuable information from the data packet. According to the recent developer, the SCP is outdated, inflexible, and really fixed. Not readily fixed. And after that, your last protocol of the chapter number 1 is telnet. Telnet is very important protocol. Again, telnet is a protocol used on the internet or local area network to provide a bi-directional interactive text-oriented communication facility using a virtual terminal connection. The name stands for Teletype Network. So TeamViewer is a software that is a best example of your telnet. You access your computer from anywhere to anywhere. From, for example, if you want to use the you want to access the computer on Delhi from the Rohtak, then the TeamViewer software will be used, and these type of software is your telnet, work with the telnet protocol. So telnet is a protocol used on the internet or local area network to provide a bi-directional interactive text oriented communication. So telnet provide access to a command line interface, usually of an operating system, and command line interface are your character user interface, you can say also, and your DOS is a command line interface operating system. DOS, this operating system, is your command line interface on a remote host. Upon providing correct login and sign in credential, a user may access a remote system privileged functionality. A telnet sends all messages in clear text and has no specific security mechanism. Thus, in many applications and services, telnet has been replaced by secure cell. So, telnet is not secure. Telnet has no specific security mechanism. So, telnet has been replaced by secure cell. Now, secure cell is very famous in these days. As so understand here is your terminal means your client here, and here is your telnet client. So terminal work with the always telnet client, and telnet client work with your internet, and internet always connect with the telnet server, and telnet server always connect with your server or network server. So these type your working will be done with the telnet. So these all are the protocol of your chapter number 1. Here our chapter number 1, the internet is completed. So beta learn these all the solved questions and exercise of chapter number 1. We have already learned one by one, and your homework is complete your notes of chapter number 1, the internet, and learn your chapter number 1, and complete exercise also, your MCQ, your fill up, your